Pay me, pay me, pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver now.
RoadToRuta.com. Just got back from a little vacay. Nice time, nice Christmas. Hope you guys had a good Christmas. Came back to a phishing scam since a lot of Road to Ruta people. No, there is not a Road to Ruta coin. When cryptos run, there's fake scams everywhere you turn. So don't, if you get an email from me saying, oh, claim your Road to Ruta coin, it's bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. You can tell by the return address under my name is support@cleanfutura.com. I don't know what that is. And then it has your name right here and address. I don't know where they got the stuff, but it's floating around. Some of the Road to Ruta members. It's phishing. It's fake. It's a scam. There's so many scams in cryptos. No, I don't have a coin. I'll never ask you for your wallet. We don't even do consulting on cryptos because of this type of crap. So just disregard it. Don't open it. Don't let them steal your cryptos. Don't let anybody steal your cryptos. I don't care who it's from. All right, moving on. Silver getting whacked. This is going to be the largest Indian physical silver import ever in history. It's going to be, this is my prediction. Right now we're about 270 million ounces that has been imported to India. Physical silver, that means this silver is gone. No longer can Jamie Dimon and the criminals rig the market using a little silver. They have to use all derivatives now. So I believe this month, because of this, India buys below the moving averages. Look at that. It is below the 200-day. That's the big one. Over here, they imported, it was 40 million ounces right here, and it didn't even get under the 200-day moving average. Down here, it was 80 million ounces. All they need is 30 million ounces in December to go over 300 million and shock the world. I believe that's going to happen, no problem. My guess is, depending on how far they throw it below the 200-day moving average, my guess would be 60. I'm guessing 60 million ounces for the month of December, which would mean 330 million ounces imported into India out of the hands of the rigging cabal, the JP Morgan. Well, let's go look and see who it is, who's stealing all the money. Right here. So this month is the largest silver delivery month in COMEX for a very long time. Maybe 10 years? I don't know. It's 45 million ounces. This is unheard of. You can see it's well above anything that's done this year. So far, it's 45 million ounces. And you know who the culprits are. You know who the shorts are, and you know who the longs are. This is not a market where thousands of buyers of, like Jeffrey Christian will tell you, thousands of buyers of silver, tens of thousands of buyers of silver, and tens of thousands of sellers of silver get together and form a market. No. This is a handful of traders, and the big ones control it all. They do 90% of the electronic trades back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So here, you want to know who they are? JP Morgan Chase, of course. The same bank that had been rigging silver for 2 decades. And everybody knew it. Finally, the Trump Justice Department went and shut it down. Bart Chilton, the CFTC commissioner, was a whistleblower. These criminals need to have JP Morgan rigging the price of silver because it controls the price of the dollar. Silver is the killer of the banks. If you don't believe me, look who's buying and selling the physical. JP Morgan Chase took 22 million ounces of physical. I thought there was a 20 million ounce cap on deliveries. I guess they gave it another waiver for JP Morgan Chase. Yes, it's in their customer account, and yes, they did pony up 1.6, it's about 8 million ounces delivered, which means they were short and long. This is the big one. Bank of America putting up almost 15 million ounces of the 45 million ounces. Bank of America was the entity that leased a massive amount of gold from JP Morgan. And then it was all structured deals to other banks. This is the payoff of some of that. But all the silver is going into India, by the way. or Russia, who's also buying and not telling people, and China, who's been buying ever since. So there's two of your culprits: J.P. Morgan, Bank of America. It's the same people. Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo had a huge. Now they're usually not a big player, but apparently they did one of the huge lease deals with J.P. Morgan, and here it is. They're taking 7 million ounces. So they were involved in some way, and these were highly structured leases, meaning it's a shell game with these criminal banks. Who's the one who ends up having to pay back the silver and shit like that? HSBC all year has been the silver short. Look at that. This month, almost 10 million ounces every month. Look at the silver deliveries out of HSBC. Obviously, this is the silver. Somehow, the physical silver that went from J.P. Morgan probably went to Bank of America and then to HSBC for the delivery and whatever they do with it. Probably, I'm sure right now, they are the largest short. HSBC, which is also the hedging partner of the U.S. Mint. I know, it's insane. And pretty much no one else is playing in the game. HSBC, Standard Charter every once in a while. They had to pony up, was that 800,000 ounces. But the big players, this month, Wells Fargo, usually they're not that big a player, but they had a special deal that expired this year. But the big players, out of all the big players, is HSBC right here at the top. Look at all. Oh my God, they didn't have one time, 1 month in comics where they stood for delivery. They were the deliverer in the entire year. Hong Kong Shanghai Bank, the original silver rigger from the 1850s, is the one who has the shorts now. Kiss them goodbye. What a just rewards for that criminal bank to go down. B of A, obviously the big rigger, and J.P. Morgan has been rigging since the day we were born. Interesting. So if you saw my private road discussion over the weekend, I talked about how Metals Focus, who makes this report, they're basically the only reporter of silver because the Silver Institute takes all their information from Metals Focus. They change these numbers. They change numbers all the time. It's so embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for them. They get it wrong, so they go back and change it because it doesn't look right. They change massive amounts of numbers from the past, and they don't explain why they're doing it. Anyway, they took off 50 million ounces out of these 2 months. Nobody knows why, but it could have been 80 million. But now they've put it back to what my numbers are based on the Indian Customs report. And they said, they said, oh, well, our internal people tell us what's going on. And it's bullshit. It's such bullshit. They don't have internal people. It's a joke. Silver is the worst reported industry in history. I have no idea why the heads of the silver mining companies don't just take over the reporting of silver and leave these criminal shills of the bank, the Silver Institute and Metals Focus, let them flounder in the wind. They mean nothing. If anything, they are distracting from what's really going on in silver, which is the consumption of the real thing, physical metal, going down, down, down. Really interesting. Here's the latest. Doesn't fit the MSM narrative. Latest Arctic ice data shows 26% larger than 2012. So no, we are not in global warming. We're actually headed into an ice age. Oh, it's all man-made because the carbon, it's all bullshit. It's a lie. Everything's a lie. It comes out of the media. What's this going to do to solar panels? I don't know, but that data has been around for a while, and solar panels are still going crazy. Just got confirmation that it's going to be right at around this number. 592 gigawatts DC will be installed this year. The United States is the big one, a big jump in the United States. Yes, no. Remember all the idiots saying, no, solar's dead, it's not going anywhere. This is a 33% increase from the year before. And they're using TopCon, which is 50% more silver. So we're looking at maybe 50 to 60% higher silver numbers than the year before. The year before, the Silver Institute lied, cheated, and stealed for the 10 millionth time in the silver survey. So let's see what the oh so powerful Silver Institute, who came up with 193 million ounces last year when it was like 350 million ounces. This year they have a 20% growth. Well, we already know the amount installed was 33%, so they're way off there. They're using a smaller number, but also they're using TopCon, much more TopCon. Over 50% more TopCon went in this year, which has 50% more silver. So what is the true number this year for amount of silver used in the solar industry? Probably between 400 and 500 million ounces. How sustainable is that? That's half of the silver mined in 2024 was used in the solar industry. Is it stopping? No, at least not yet. Now, stuff like this, where the scientists show that the ice caps are actually growing, may put an end to the green energy bullshit. We don't know. We don't know. We're not allowed to know. I doubt it, because that money's already allocated. Most of these solar the solar massive installations for like the big generation, like fields and fields of solar panels, not the residential stuff. Most of the big stuff, the industrial solar panels, are like a year in advance, planned and funded a year in advance. So it's not going to stop in 2025. What will be the growth? I don't know. It'll be more than 450 million ounces, probably 500 million ounces. Would be my guess. It'd be a smaller jump unless something happens. It's just so insane that the industry experts like Metals Focus and the Silver Institute are allowed to get away with lying to the investing public about silver. It's embarrassing. So yeah, we're gonna hit. I think Jenny Chase from the Bloomberg Energy Group has it at 590 or 585 million, right around there. It always grows just a little bit. So around 592, that's 33% growth. In a world where silver is literally disappearing before our very eyes. Very exciting stuff. So I haven't commented much because YouTube doesn't let me, but on the drone/alien sightings and all that stuff, what do I think it is? I have no freaking clue. This was in Cliff's data. I think it's a combination of all of the above. A lot has to do with the timing. We are literally 24 days from Inauguration Day. They're going to have to start a war. They're going to have aliens come down. They're going to have to do something. They cannot let Trump take over the show. Anything can happen, so just beware. Get your cryptos in your own possession and get your silver in your own possession. Definitely your silver. Silver's number one, crypto's number two, in your own possession. Silver, you're looking at 180 years of silver price suppression by the same company that is the Big Short, HSBC. Hong Kong Shanghai Bank has been rigging this market for 180 years, since the Opium Wars, way back in, 1940s and 50s. Oh, sorry, 1840s and 50s. When England was just being drained of silver. So they came up, because they're buying all the Chinese goods, the Chinese silks and teas. So they came up with an idea, set up Hong Kong Shanghai Bank in China, have them throw massive amounts of money into opium fields, get everybody addicted to opium, and they had to pay with silver to get their opium. All the silver flowed back into England, and that's what started the Opium Wars. So yeah, the same shit is going on today. This criminal bank needs to put to sleep. Hong Kong Shanghai Bank. And it's very sad that the U.S. Mint uses them as their hedger. One year the U.S. Mint lost $110 million on their hedge book when they should have made money on their hedge book, because they couldn't close out their shorts because it would have disrupted the market. And HSBC is the one that cost you, the taxpayer, $110 million. Not to mention all the other costs associated with these criminal banks. Anyway, that's what I got for you. I got some private road stuff coming out. Go check out the private road at roadtoruta.com. If you subscribe today, we're currently giving away 5 Theta, 50 T-Fuel, and 500 T-Drop loaded on a paper wallet, sent right to your house. And again, don't pick up, don't click on anything you get that says, oh, Road to Ruta officially launched a Ruta coin on the Theta blockchain. It's bullshit. They're trying to steal your cryptos. Just say no. This is Bix Weir. I'll talk to you later.